Now we are in social science class in geography about agriculture. What is agriculture? What is the importance of agriculture is the first topic. And what is the importance of agriculture? Agriculture is an age-old practice, economic activity, and its importance is very highly economically important in India. Two-thirds of the population is based on agriculture, but that the GDP of our Indian agriculture is only just 30%. And this Indian agriculture is day by day it is changing significantly, and the farming methods are also changing day by day because of the changing of relief, climatic conditions, and social and cultural practices, and also technological know and how. Based on the factors responsible for method of farming, the types of farmings are three types. They are primitive subsistence, intensive subsistence, and commercial farming. And what is the first one is primitive subsistence. Primitive subsistence is also called as slash and burnt agriculture, and it is mostly practiced in northeastern states like Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, and Manipur areas. And this is very old method of agriculture. It is completely family labor involvement is more here. Certainly, this production of the productivity of this primitive subsistence is also very low because it is completely monsoon based, and there was no proper irrigation facilities here. And this primitive subsistence, and as more family members are involved here, and this they can use outdated methods like hoe, dove, and digging sticks can be used for method of practice. And in this primitive subsistence, you can notice one more that change it is here is, and here that the production is certainly very low. And this can be called with the different names in different areas. In Andhra Pradesh, they can call it as a podu or penda cultivation. In Sweden, it is called as jumi cultivation or slash and burnt agriculture. And in Mexico, it is called as milpa, and even in Central America. And they call with the different names in different areas. And this cannot be practiced in all the areas because it cannot meet our needs properly. And the second variety, the second method of agriculture practice here is intensive subsistence. In intensive subsistence, you can see that most of the people involvement is more. This can be practiced in where population pressure is more on the land. In that areas, we can follow intensive subsistence. In intensive subsistence, the production is not sufficient of our levels, and at the same time, this intensive subsistence can be biological chemicals involvement is more, and irrigation also can be used more in intensive subsistence. And the third one is commercial agriculture. It is also called as extensive type of agriculture, more mechanized agriculture. It is more machines can be used in commercial agriculture. And here in the commercial agriculture, you can notice more high yielding variety seeds can be used, and high fertilizers, pesticides, and insecticides also can be used in commercial farming. And after these, the types of farming, then we can go to the next topic. Then what are the cropping pattern in India? The cropping pattern is different in different parts of India. There are three type of cropping patterns. Now let us see that what are the cropping patterns in India. The cropping patterns, we can notice here there are three type of cropping patterns. First one is Rabi, and second one is Kharif, and third one is Zaid. And let us learn about each one. Rabi. Rabi crop is called as winter crop because it mostly can be start in the month of October, and that's why it is called as Rabi crop. And during this winter crop, the most of the crops can be grown. The main important crop in the winter season is wheat. Wheat is the main crop in the winter season, so that winter crop season is called as Rabi. And most of the countries are the northern states, and the northwestern countries are giving a ample production during the Rabi crop season to our country. And the second variety is Kharif crop. In the Kharif crop season, it can be start with the onset of monsoons. When southwest monsoons can start during that time, the Kharif season will start, that is June to September month. In June to September month, when monsoons are onset, during that time Kharif season will start. The main important Kharif crop, as it is start, the Kharif season will start in the June and September month, and onset of the rains, we can call it as a rainy crop season. During rainy crop season, the main important crop is paddy. Paddy is the main important crop, which is the staple crop of India. And These most of the countries, most of the states in India which are following the Kharif season and which can produce ample production to our Indian agriculture is, first one is Assam and even West Bengal, followed by coastal states like Odisha and Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu states can produce ample paddy production during the Kharif season. And third one is Zaid. And between the Kharif and Rabi season, we have a small crop season that is called as Zaid. Zaid crop season is called as a summer crop season. Summer crop season. During summer crop season, where the rains are almost all absent during the time, where water can available by the method of wells or tanks, and in that condition they can produce summer cultivation that is only called as Zaid. The main important crop in the Zaid or the summer crop season is muskmelon and watermelon, and some other type of vegetables are also can be cultivated during the Zaid or summer cultivation, summer crop season. Once again, what are the cropping patterns in India? There are three cropping patterns in India, that is Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. Rabi crop is called as winter crop as it started with the winter season. The main important crop in the winter season is wheat. It mostly followed in northern states and northwestern states of India. The main important staple crop of that, it is one of the cereal crop in India. It can be used in the northern states and northwestern states as it is their main crop. Wheat is the main crop. And the second variety is Kharif season. Kharif is, it is with the onset of rainfall, the Kharif season start because it is called as rainy crop season. The main important crop during the Kharif season is paddy, which is the main staple crop of our whole India. The important monopoly states which can produce more paddy in India are, that is Assam, West Bengal and other coastal states of like Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu states are also the leaders in the production of paddy cultivation. And between these two crop seasons, another third crop season is also will be there, that is Zaid crop season. It is also called as summer crop season. During this season, where water can be available by the source of tanks and well irrigation, and there it can be possible to cultivate a few varieties of crops like vegetables, muskmelon, watermelon, etc. And after the three crop seasons, we can notice some other. Let us learn about the paddy cultivation. What is paddy? You know that paddy is one of the important crop in the Kharif season. This paddy cultivation is already we noted that above, we were noted here that paddy cultivation is there in the main in the Kharif season, and it is the in Assam, West Bengal, Odisha and the coastal states we learned. And what type of climate is required for the paddy cultivation? Paddy cultivation required maximum high temperature of rainfall more than 25 degrees, more than 25 degrees Celsius of temperature, and rainfall is above 100 centimeters. Above 100 centimeters of rainfall is required for paddy cultivation. You know that paddy is the main important crop and it is a staple crop of our India. And after the paddy, the second important crop is wheat. And wheat is the main crop in the Rabi season, which is called as winter season. Rabi wheat required maximum that the important temperature and rainfall which is required for wheat is, that is 50 to 75 centimeters of annual rainfall. 50 to 75 centimeters of annual rainfall, whereas 100 centimeters of rainfall is required for paddy, and for wheat required 50 to 75 centimeters, means the less water is enough for them. And the temperature mostly the temperature is required, it is more than 26 to 27 degrees of temperature is required. 26 to 27 degrees of temperature is required for wheat cultivation. The leaders who are producing more wheat in our India are, you know that the northeastern states mainly, that is Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, and the western part of the Rajasthan are also the wheat cultivation can be possible. And the third variety is millets. Then another important crop is millets. Millets, you know, millets are called as coarse grains. It is called as coarse grains. It is also called as nutricereals. As they have much of nutricereals in it, then we can call them as nutricereals. Millets can be cultivated mostly where water is less available. Where water is less available, there we can cultivate millets. Millets are called as poor man diet. Mostly the people will be neglected the millets, but millets can be contain more nutri values. Hence we can call it as a coarse grains, are also called as nutricereals like jowar, bajra, ragi and etc. comes under the millets. These millets, it is completely rain-fed crops, and hardly need irrigation. Major jowar producing states are Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, and also Madhya Pradesh are the leaders in the production of millets. And Bajra also grown well in sandy soils and also shallow black soils. And the next one is maize. Maize is another crop. It is a food and also a fodder for the animals. It is a food for the human and also fodder for the animals. So that maize is called as, it is also known as, it is used both as food and also fodder. It is also used as a food and fodder. And the main important major maize producing states are Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. And this we can show you that where these major areas are producing in the different parts, we can show you. And here if you look at once, India distribution of rice. And here you can notice that where these major areas of this green color, where you can notice this we can show it as a major producer of paddy in India. These all coastal states of Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and you notice here, and Odisha, West Bengal, and Bihar, and half of the part of the eastern part of Uttar Pradesh, and some parts of Madhya Pradesh are the major producers of the paddy cultivation. At the same time, you can notice that where are the wheat cultivation is there in India. Wheat cultivation mostly, this is the larger part of India, like this is, all these states are major states where these states are located. You can notice here, these states are major producers of wheat. And wheat cultivation also, now you can notice here, then we are using commercial way, like by using tractors, and also big mandis we are maintaining to sell the wheat production in different parts of the India.